Okay guys, welcome back to another Pakistan video that is being made in the USA. In this video, I'm going to share with you my top 5 favorite restaurants that if I were on a date, I would want to go to. I'm not saying that these are the 5 best restaurants of Pakistan. How I'm qualifying these are, it's a luxury experience. It is either fine dining or has something truly special, and I've tried to select restaurants that are non-touristy. Okay, so instead of trying to list these in order, because genuinely I tried to think of a 1 through 5, but I couldn't. So we're gonna go in the order of how I visited them. I also want to tell you, just so that you understand, not so you understand, that sounds cocky. Since 2011, I've been reviewing hotels. I've reviewed Michelin star restaurants all around Asia. I started as a food blogger, so please trust me with this list, okay? I'm not putting pricing in, but at the end of the video, I will tell you how much these restaurants cost, so stay tuned for that. So here we go with the first one, which is Dawat. Now, Dawat happened to be at the first hotel I reviewed in Pakistan. It's at the Serena, Islamabad. And for me, this restaurant is just charming and beautiful. The waiter comes up and lights a candle for you as you begin your meal. You can also see the chefs in the back, which to me isn't really a positive or a negative, but it was kind of fun for me because it was my first days in Pakistan to watch the chefs doing their thing. Now, at Serena, Islamabad, that is the only 5-star deluxe hotel in all of Pakistan. So the care that's put in, I actually spoke to the F&B manager, I spoke to the executive chefs, or executive chef, excuse me, and they care a lot. They put a lot of heart into their dishes. They change up the menus from time to time, like every restaurant. But I find the music that was played, the serving style, and the attentiveness of the wait staff exceptional at Dawat. I'm pretty sure when I stood up to go shoot video, they would refold my, I think that's the place they refolded my napkin. So here is Dawat. Alright, now unfortunately that ends it for Islamabad. There are a couple of independent restaurants, but I didn't actually review them, so I can't talk about them. So we are moving on to Lahore. Now in Lahore, the first restaurant that really wowed me was Oak and Suede. Now Oak and Suede is most people haven't heard of Oak and Suede. It is this very tiny restaurant that's atop one of the hotels that I reviewed, and it is amazing. I spoke to the chefs about where they pull their ingredients in from, and it was all over the world. They have dishes like bone marrow, they had charcuterie, they had like pan-seared, like barely seared ahi tuna that was delicious. There was a little bit of everything. They're also very proud of their desserts that they do in-house, and they decorate in a very lovely style. But it's very intimate. You can bring alcohol with you, and they'll have a corkage fee there. Same like, okay, Dawat, I'm not 100% sure. I know the other restaurants that had the private rooms at Serena allowed that, so do call Dawat if you're going to bring a bottle of wine with you. But at Oak and Suede, you can definitely bring alcohol in with you. They don't sell it, but you can do a corkage fee. So that is a bonus for me as well. Here is Oak and Suede. Okay, now next on my list is the one, okay, it's kind of, it's touristy. This is Haveli, which is on the food street in Lahore, which is very famous. It gets super lively, it gets very busy, but it does have the most amazing view of Bahashadi. Oh, do forgive me. But the famous mosque outside of the walled city, it has the most perfect view for sunset. So I would kind of recommend this as like a place to go for a drink at sunset and then have your dinner. Now I actually met and spent time with the chef. He, again, really cares about his ingredients. They spend a lot of time sourcing local farmers for everything that they need, but the food there was delicious, absolutely delicious. And there are other rooftop restaurants in that, in those streets, but this is the most fine dining and the most expensive of them. And I loved it so much I went back twice. And I rarely do that if it's someplace out of the way and inconvenient for me, because I get really lazy when I'm traveling so much. But just know that I went back there twice. I had a really fun time. Fabulous. One tip as well, I would say, for Haveli is to definitely book ahead and ask for a table along the railing. Either that or on the upper deck along the railing, so that you have an unobstructed view during sunset of the mosque. All right, now we're going down to Karachi, and the first restaurant that I dined at that absolutely wowed me in Karachi was Sakura. Now, this won't seem like a typical choice for a romantic evening, but they do have one private room. So my recommendation would be to book ahead, ask them to put some pretty decorations up in the room, and have that just for yourself. I believe because it's a private room, you could also bring your own alcohol and ask for a corkage. They have a corkage fee. So Sakura, it's Japanese, and at that point, I had reviewed, I don't know, 30 restaurants in Pakistan, and I think 3 or 4 Japanese restaurants at that point. And for some reason, this Sakura at this particular Pearl Continental hotel was the best. They bring in their octopus from Dubai. They sourced all these amazing ingredients from different countries. The view is very, very pretty. So again, if you catch this, if you go in sort of pre-sunset, get the private room, watch the sunset, and then have your lovely dinner, it would be amazing. Take the private room, or take the table that's in the corner, and that is going to be perfect. The food, it's the best Japanese in all of Pakistan, I swear. Okay, now last on my list is actually a gold mine of a find. It's called Chef's Table, and this is the only Pakistani degustation menu that you're going to find, I think, in the entire country. At least when I did all of my research and I did my, I would ask in every city I was in. There was no other restaurant that had a degustation menu but Chef's Table. This is an intimate establishment as well. So depending on how many bookings they have and what the configuration of the tables are at night, so if they have, 10 tables of 2, maybe there's 10 to 12 tables maximum. But if they had bigger parties, it would be, a smaller amount of tables. So you need to really book ahead. The courses that they give you are inventive, and it's like Pakistani fusion degustation. And degustation menus are basically like baby bites or servings of a lot of different things. So you get a menu of like 8 to 10 items, all just decadent and divine and delicious. I would say that there wasn't a favorite table for me there. All the tables are quite nice. I think they maybe had booths. I don't know, look in the video when you're watching in a second. But it was really special. Just the lighting, the sounds, the food was divine. So I highly recommend Chef's Table in Karachi. Okay guys, well that's it for me with my top 5 list of luxury restaurants that are perfect for a romantic date night in Pakistan. I reviewed every 5-star hotel in every major city in Pakistan except Peshawar, and these for me are the best of the best. Genuinely, you're going to eat like kings and queens. As far as romance, they will help you set it up and make it a night to remember. That's something special for anniversaries, for birthdays. Sorry. I'm picking the wrong place to do this final thing. Let me go this way. I don't know if you're going to ask someone to marry you in a non-traditional, non-Pakistani way. I guess this would also be really special. As far as costs, these restaurants are spending. I would say the least you're gonna get out of there for is like $2,000 per person. Maybe slightly less if you're like but this is a video about romance, so you're not going to be sharing plates. Hopefully you're going to be having your own plates. So I would say that this is, I don't know, somewhere between $2,000 to $7,000 per person is generally what you can expect to pay for a dinner each at any of these restaurants. I'm going to put links down below to their website if they have it, or just their social media page, but I hope that you will give them a try. I've really had the best time at all of them. The food is so good, like so good. You are just going to flip out. Foodies, the quality of the ingredients are insane. And if you're just looking for romance, they will make your night so special. Big thanks again to all the teams that were there during those visits that I had. You always made me leave like so much more full than what I wanted to be, but with such a happy belly. All right guys, I will see you in the next video. I have a hair salon review video coming up. I also have my top hotels, and what else? I think I do want to share like I'm having a reverse culture shock. So if you're following along in my videos in order, just know that maybe one of the next couple of videos is going to be about being back in the US after so long. But I will see you in the next video. Have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I will see you soon. Ciao.